lovely mod tonight. Everyone send Carlton something.
Ooh.
What up, Carlton?
Yeah,
Carlton!
Sexy robot boys.
Jason.
Yeah, send them sexy robot boys. That's what you should do.
Yeah. So if you're in the game, make sure you've got me added.
I have it.
I need
On Skype, you mean?
Trump, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think I have Eric.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, so walk me through it.
Oh, just add me in on Skype.
Yeah, his Skype name is.
Do we add him? Do we add him to the?
No. Just here. Let me give you his contact information.
Tim, you sound a lot like Rob today.
What? What?
There you go, Carlton. I sent his info to you.
Oh,
Test. I'm pissed that Rival's not here.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, where's Ribo, dude?
Yeah.
He ruined my GIF.
Hold on, I'll call
You made a
him.
GIF?
I'll call Ribo.
yeah, call him. He's supposed to play. Okay, I do have Eric.
A lot of people.
Brian, I'm
The
sure
nerve of
Phil. I
Aw.
have
The nerve of Ribo. The nerve.
What did you want to do? 3111?
Out there.
do you have Jason? Do I have Kiwi?
Where's Mango?
Where's Mango?
He's not online, so I
Mango
guess
doesn't
not.
like us.
Kiwi, do I have you on Skype?
No, I think I have to add you.
Are we doing 3 cop, 3 mafia, 1 cop, 1 medic, 1 hypno, 1
Three
vigil?
cops. That would be awesome.
3
Oh, that
cops?
sounds good.
3 cops, 1 mafia. GG. Mafia gets 4 kill power.
Like 12 millers? Yeah, let's do it. Like 12 millers.
But for realsies, what is the setup?
Yes. What are we doing? Are we doing
A standard
3,
4,
1, 1, or 4? Wait,
How
we have
many
16,
people do we
right?
have?
We have 16.
16. I'm
all about
that 1 kill power lifestyle.
16, 3, 1, 1 with your kill power.
If we do 4, then we need a hypno toad. If we do 3, then no hypno toad.
I think we should do 3.
3, 1, 1,
I
2
have
kill
new
power.
strategies for Hypno. Please
All right,
don't,
Neil.
don't remove.
Ryan's gonna be home in 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Do you guys think
Yeah.
it's worth waiting?
Didn't
now?
say wait for him. He just said he'll be home in 10.
All right.
And
We can play a second game.
We'll start with
play
that.
game
Play
2
it
for
a little
13.
Like game 2. If you
All
want.
right, so we're doing, what is it, 3 Mafia, 1 Cop, 1
Medic.
Medic, or?
1 medic,
I gotta get my note.
1
back.
medigi.
Why don't you replace Medic with Hypnotoad? Because if it's 3 Mafia and they go down to
It's 2 kill power.
Yeah, but they go down to 2 kill power at 2.
Yeah.
So it makes it kind of like hard for Mafia.
Mafia almost always wins. We're always like, hold on, that's going to be too hard for Mafia. And Mafia always wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, we need to
It's
start
easy.
making it
Two
more
people
balanced for
at
I'm in
town.
favor of Pro Town.
It's always better to, yeah. We've already talked about that. It's always better to have pro down set up so Mafia has to make plays and not just passively sit back and win the game.
I
All
agree.
I'm saying is that if we get into a position where Cop gets a Mafia, they come out, Medic saves them, it's auto-win. Because the first Mafia kill is down to 1 kill power, and it's pretty much auto-win. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but we've done 3-1-1
They kill the
without
medic,
Vigi
and
or
then they kill the
Hypnotoad
cop the next
before,
day,
and it's been
so-
fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Medic doesn't have to come out to
Yeah, but
save
it's-
Cop.
But
It's
we've
hard.
done
We've
3-1-1.
almost lost that way. We've almost lost that way with the cop getting a check in the first night and then getting a Mafia in the second night and still almost getting fucked.
We can
Well-
throw in a Miller just in case then.
I mean, that's just my perspective. Do what you guys want.
I mean,
I'm
my
fine
point
with
is, like, we've done 3 Mafia, 1 Cop, 1 Medic before, and it's been fine. And dear God, Tim, mute yourself if you're going to type.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Alright, so are we doing, what are we doing?
Oh, no, Carlton, you're
3-1-1.
Mafia.
Mafia, 1 Cop, 1 Medic, 1 Vigi? Is that
Mafia, 1 Cop, 1 Medic, 1 Vigi, no Hypno?
for this first game? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
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 We'll draw rolls. Everybody go to sleep.
Everyone go to
It's
sleep.
not 16 though.
Peace.
We're all asleep.
ESPORTS.
And then we eat.
Did everyone check out Shindig's new game that he's designing in his Kickstarter?
Please. Please.
Who's Shindig's?
What's Kickstarter?
Game? What's a good game?
Design?
A?
Did?
Start over. I'm really lost.
Aw, Mango just signed on.
Mango's
Did he respond? If he responds, do we want to add him?
Mango's
Mango's
here,
here.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think we wait for Mango.
I think we can add him without changing
If he's
rules.
on, we can add him in. Then
Just add a fourth Mafia for him.
Yeah. Also, Carlton, are you taking notes as the moderator?
I could take notes. If you guys ask me in the middle of the game, I'll tell you what my notes are.
Awesome.
Okay. Can you show them up to the screen so we can read them?
Will do.
Neo calendar.
Go to sleep. Go.
Did you account for Mango?
Yeah,
Because
it's
he's
Mango.
in the room right
No,
now.
he said
Yeah,
he
I added it in and I redid
Alright.
it.
just made a
Alright, sweet.
Mafia.
Did you say Vidge or no Vidge?
There is a vid. 3 Mafia, 1 cop, 1 medic, 1 vision.
Okay.
Is there a Hypnotoad?
We just like doubled viewers. What the hell?
No. No hip.
No, there's no hit now.
Yeah, see what happened is I tweeted and then like 800 people showed up.
Right, and then
This is a game where one guy has his cam on and you have to figure out which one it is, just so chat knows.
It's like a really easy version of Clue.
It's Guess Who, but only one name is still standing up.
Can you spot him? Touch your screen if you know where he is.
We actually just do this for like 3 to 4 hours. Just have Carlton there, just hanging out. Oh, damn, I gave his name away. Spoiled it.
We'll just keep inviting new people. Oh, hold on. Ribo's here now. Let's add him.
Seriously?
No,
I think
it was a joke. We just keep adding new players as the night goes on.
Learn to
forever.
joke.
Oh man, I wanted my gift to be like, used. Come on.
all right. So rolls have gone out. Everybody, let me know what your night actions are.
Ribo, please.
Just for clarification, as a new mod, are there still 3 Mafia alive?
All right, we're just confirming up a few things. We do have one person stepping out to the restroom. All right, we're almost there. Hold on, just trying to clarify something with somebody real quick.
Somebody confirm Mafia.
All right, so we're gonna write this down. All right, I think. I just have one left. Almost there, almost there. All right, and I think we got everybody. Let me just make sure. All right, so the night is over, the sun comes up, people start waking up. Alan looks over next to him in bed.
Oh, no.
Sees Eric's
Please,
severed head.
Oh.
Eric's dead.
Am I also dead or not?
Alan screams. The other townspeople hear him and they run outside. And as they run outside, they see Foolish dead in the street.
Okay, I'm not dead. Okay.
Oh my god.
Wow, that was the suspense.
So it's been a movie.
Alan is the worst suspect though.
Last
Alan.
person to see him alive.
Sorry, I have to run out and help my girlfriend bring some stuff inside.
So what was the murder weapon?
Those kills were exactly who I would have killed.
I see that.
That's exactly
I'm gonna ask real quick,
I think they're pretty reasonable.
Jeffrey or Trump, have you ever watched this show before or played with any of these people?
Not entirely. I watched bits and pieces of it.
My first 5-second read is that he's going to be town because I don't think he would have killed those two.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Do you think he would have
I mean, he could have went along with the other people. Like, that
Just straight
doesn't-
Mafia. I mean, if he's not gonna make the call.
Yeah.
If there's two other Mafia.
If Mango's like, I want to kill these guys, he'll go with it because
Pretty much.
Mango.
I have a different 5-second read on that because Carlton needed to clarify something, and I just noted Phil died. My guess is that the clarification that he was going to make was between Phil, Philip Wang, and the other Philip Wang, and I'm guessing that was a name that was typed.
I know who everybody is in the chat. That's a mod
read.
ruling. I know who everybody is in the chat.
No, but if that name was typed, wouldn't one of them be dead?
Phil is dead.
Guys, let's not dwell on stuff that's kind of
because
beyond the
Neil
game.
and Mango are also Philip Wang. That's who I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but they
am
needed
still
to
Philip
clarify.
Wang. Jesus.
Yeah.
I am Philip Wang.
I am Philip Wang.
Guys, it doesn't, I think this is just off base. Like,
I
it's
think we should
really off
probably
base going.
Also, Wang is
No, this
spelled
is right.
differently.
Yeah, let's move on.
Oh no, it's not spelled differently.
Before we move
Do you
on,
really believe that, Kiri?
questions?
Like, do you really think that the Phillips are like kind of clean now?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, you kind of implied it with what you were saying because Mafia wouldn't type in their own name.
I don't think they're all clean.
Moving forward.
I just think that's where the clarification was needed.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we have Trump in this game, correct? Trump, what is your experience with Mafia?
I have a lot of experience with Mafia, but first I want to clarify 3 things.
Okay.
Sorry, newbie and all that. Okay. Are 3 people dead?
No.
No, Shindig's.
Tim went to go bring in some stuff for his girlfriend.
Yeah.
If you know what
Supposedly. That's what they're calling
it. Is there any way to see your guys' names?
So
not
if
on
you
mouse
hover over the person's face, and you'll see their name. And
Make sure you.
I find it more useful to look at the stream, I guess.
Make sure you're on gallery. Yeah, make sure you're on gallery. That'll help. Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
In the
Gallery.
upper right of Zoom, click the gallery thing.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so
And what's the third
I
thing?
believe in playing this game very open book, and I won't be doing any fancy plays this game.
So Mafia, just come out. Like, so if we're
Mafia, open book. Let's do it, guys. Come on.
So let's just get all the cards out on the
Let me
table.
see your notes. Come on.
I kind of want to know who Sherman is because I don't think we've played together too.
I was actually just about to say, I think Sherman looks super sketchy.
Forgot Neil's playing this game.
I just don't
You
know
haven't
him.
seen me in a month and a half.
I know.
So everything is sketchy.
Yeah.
You're also blurry.
Do I know you from an esports alias?
I was at Lone Star Clash. I was the League of Legends host or like manager for Lone Star Clash.
Oh,
such a nerd.
Do you know what's his name? Christopher Lee or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just talking to me about you. He said you two are bros or something.
Do you know your room looks like it's filled with smoke?
It always looks like
that's
that.
no. That's this light right here. I think
He's in
like this light.
Foolish's room. Yeah.
This light gives off a really weird glare. But
Okay.
my fault. But yeah.
I was just curious.
No.
All right, so we got to get rolling somewhere.
By the way, I want to ask a really quick
Carlton's-
question. This has to do with like a read I had at the very beginning. When Kimball, when I went to go use the restroom, Kimball was asking a question. What did he ask?
I don't think he asked anything.
I thought he asked a clarification.
I
or
was just
something.
trolling a little bit.
We were just messing around. I don't think anybody did anything serious.
Oh, okay. No, I thought he was asking a question. Okay, never mind. Because my idea is like sometimes people will try to appear really town by asking like those kind of like really bad questions or like
Kimball could never pull it off. He's too smart, and we all know it.
He's the doctor. Yeah.
Not yet,
Almost.
guys. He hasn't earned it yet.
Well,
He's docked.
He's working for it.
Store, is there any reason you haven't chosen someone to kill or go after yet?
Please, it's only been like 5 minutes. Give me 5 more minutes, okay?
Jason with an eye. Why are you so smiling?
What's that?
Why are you so happy?
I just because I'm playing, just having fun, you know.
You're not enjoying the confusion in town.
He's
No,
so
I'm just enjoying
towny.
playing.
Wait, did we get
Smileyest
any gut reads?
No, nothing really happened while you were gone, Tim.
Yeah.
My gut's on
Something
Kimball.
always happens, but it wasn't a lot.
So
I got super hard on Kimball.
My initial gut read is Sheth is not playing like he does normally as Town first night. I don't know.
He hasn't played Mafia
Yeah,
yet.
how does Sheth usually play, and what is different?
I don't know. It's not something like I can say explicitly. It's just it's not his normal play. Like totally not.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same about Ryan. I thought his 5-second read would be on someone who he actually could get a read off of, not someone who was brand new. I think focusing on Trump was kind of, Ryan knows better that he should read someone who he actually can read, not someone who's brand new to the game.
I was kind of worried about Rob, because I guess we're going to go with that sort of thing. But I'm just trying to get information. I don't know why.
You're typing, you need to mute yourself.
Yeah, stores are
To address my reads are usually I turn on my webcam and whoever's face catches my eye, I go to that. With him, it's because I know that like those two people that were killed are pretty like top of the heap as far as like Mafia the game is concerned, and so I thought somebody new would not be leading that discussion.
Right, and that's why I thought it was weirder too, because you should know that if you're Mafia in a 3-person Mafia group, you have the other two people just say, "Oh, kill these two," and he just says, "Yeah, sure." Like he doesn't have to.
No, to be honest, I
thought.
wasn't thinking about the following the leader thing. I was just
No,
it seems like that's an obvious thing. I don't know. I felt very much like you were coming out with a 5-second read that was really fluffy. Really
Alan,
fluffy.
I'm curious about your reads of your finger stash.
The nature of 5-second reads is that they're fluffy, or
yeah,
like,
I thought we joked about that all the time.
We do all the time.
Mango, what do you think of Kiwi?
I think he's Town.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that it's a weak thing to bring up in the grand scope of things, but the fact that he was thinking in the mode where, the thing with the whole like the fill things with the moderator. I don't think we should read into what he said, but the fact that he brought it up the way that he did goes into like his mindset that he's thinking like a Town. So I like that.
What if he's just Mafia thinking as a Town?
Yeah, he could be.
Not that smart.
But I don't think so. I mean, just everything from his tone and how fast he brought it up. It just screams town to me.
Okay.
Rob, what are you reading?
Checking something on real quick. Sorry.
Okay, because I just noticed you were being very distracted.
He's been that way for a little bit now.
For 2 seconds, I alt-tabbed to check something.
No, I've been watching you for like a good 42 seconds.
Okay.
Damn.
ZNF, what do you think of Mango?
I don't like trying to read Mango because I'm really bad at it. I don't think there's been a single game where I've done it right, but I actually wanted to say I'm not feeling as good about Kiwi as I have been before. That doesn't mean I think he's Mafia, but I think the things that he said at the very beginning was kind of townish in a way that made me feel like, I don't know, it felt like like everyone else was saying, it wasn't something that was really noteworthy or it gave us a lot of information, and it just didn't give me a good vibe as it usually does. And then I'm still kind of a little bit suspicious of Kimball for some reason, and then Unctuous. Unctuous as always.
As always.
Why them?
I'm being like,
Why them?
It's always good to be suspicious.
Oh, because Unctuous. Well, I don't know, because like when Unctuous plays when he's Mafia, right? I think I can speak a bit more like accurately about this because I've played with him like when we were Mafia together. So I know a little bit about how he kind of plays when he's Mafia, but like he always kind of asks like these leading questions as if he's trying to, like ask a question to someone and try to like and lead the town in a certain way by asking that kind of question. So when he was asking Mango, like, Unctuous asked something of Mango, and I don't remember what the question was, but when he said it, it just felt really weird, and so that's when I thought he was suspicious.
What about Kimball? You said Kimball too.
Hold on. I wanted to ask a follow-up to ZNF before Neil went. You were really, really happy. Like you had this like glowing face right before I asked you a question. Yeah, your face was just all like lit up and happy. Like
it's because everyone on chat was like, ZNF is so Mafia. He's so Mafia. And I was like, no, guys, like, please.
I have to interrupt here. Hold on. When you were talking ZNF, you were saying at one point you said, I can read him because once we were on Mafia together or something like that. And right when you said that, Sherman's face lit up with a smile for like a second, and then he like turned his head away and started looking around. And then when Storzerg said, why were you smiling so much right then? Sherman again got this giant grin on his face and then tried to look away and hide
saw that too.
Did anyone else see that shit? Those two are so fucking in bed together. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely like
Tim, you know him the
there's
best.
some fucking sketchy chemistry here. I'm happy killing those guys.
Of the nature of the claim, but the reason I looked away is because I actually saw my name in Mafia chat.
Just don't read Mafia chat.
I think we should all close like Mafia chat.
Seriously, that's just toxic to the game. Like,
I want to hear from Tim on Sherman because he knows him the best.
I want to hear your reads once Tim's done because I asked you earlier and you went, "Hey, what?" And then
did no one else
everybody
see
kept
the
going.
things that I was talking about other than Storzerg?
Alan said that he's.
No, I said I saw it. I saw it.
Oh, that was you.
I didn't see Sherman, but yeah, I saw ZNF and.
Okay, Sherman was like giving some like big smiles as soon as ZNF started talking about when he was Mafia. So I think that's pretty fucking sketchy. I think
He's
that
been
makes
smiling like the whole time though.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching his face because, as I said at the very beginning, Sherman looked sketchy to me, and early reads are good reads, and I've been watching Sherman this whole time. And whenever ZNF starts talking about Mafia this, Sherman kind of gets a little bit of a smile and suppresses it. Not every time, but a couple of significant times, and it's enough to make me want to inspect him more closely. But you guys can go ahead and finish talking. Just don't forget about Sherman and ZNF here.
Yo, I smile a lot, dude. Everyone knows that I'm like a weird, like smiley dude.
But I'm not talking about you smiling. I'm talking about Sherman smiling when you were talking about Mafia.
No, I thought you just said like keep your eyes on Sherman and ZNF. So
because he's smiling when you're talking about Mafia, which makes it sound like you're both Mafia together, and he's having a bad time keeping his poker face.
Whoa, no, don't associate.
That's
with
what it
me,
looks
please.
like to me. I mean, I'm not saying it's for sure, but I am saying that we should take a closer look at
The
this.
giggle fits are convincing.
We get 2 lynches today too. Just something to
Wait, really?
We got 15 people.
Carlton.
So I think we get this last night.
Carlton confirmed.
I thought it was more than 15 equals.
Lynch power.
It's up to
one.
space.
We need to be over 15, right?
Yeah, it's only one.
Carlton. Okay, my bad.
But we don't have 3 Mafia. The time we did 2 lynches, they had 4 Mafia.
I mean, the way we do lynches isn't defined on a set number of people. It's dependent on how many we started with in each game. Because we've done 2 in real life till 11.
I remember that. Those were good times.
Yeah. So if Carlton wants to make a clarification on this, I'm fine with that.
I was going off of 1.
All right.
Okay.
With that.
So can we go over a setup really quick? Because I joined late. I just want to make sure I have it right. So it's 3 Mafia, 1 Cop, 1 Medic, 1 Vigi, and then the Mafia have 2 kill power until 2?
Until one's dead, yeah.
That's exactly how the game is.
Shindigs, when your wrath comes down, who are you gonna be wrathful towards?
Let me just state the obvious since Trump is new here. I mean, we usually advocate that the Cop comes out if they peg the Mafia on night 0.
If it reduces kill power.
Since we reduce kill power, and then the medic's likely alive anyway, so we can save them. So, just saying.
I have a major question.
What's up?
Wait, Mafia get more kills the more they have?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am behind on the curve. I didn't know that.
It's 2 kills, or it's
You divide
1
by
kill
2
for
in a
every
round.
Round up.
But they can like double stack someone so that a heal won't happen. So like they'll use both their kill power on one person, and then that person will die even if a medic tried to save them.
So that's why
So,
Cop shouldn't
yes,
come
if
out
you
until
can
he
kick
has a
him.
claim that reduces.
I thought you said you were very familiar with Mafia. This is not.
but
It's kind of a weird rule.
It's a different way of playing it.
don't know,
Okay,
I've
so
always played
if
it this way,
there's
even
what, all the
live
Mafia, you get 2 kills? Or
No, the Mafia as a team come to a consensus in a third-party Skype chat with the moderator and decide who are they going to kill. They pick 2 people, or they could, depending on their kill power, they pick either 2 people, 2 separate people, or they could double stack and just kill someone twice.
Trump, it's the number of Mafia divided by 2, and then you round up if it's a decimal.
Don't let Trump black hat us, guys.
That's the number of kill power.
No, I'm not letting him black hat.
This is pretty down. I don't think he can fake this.
Okay, were you not there for the black? No, you weren't there for black hat. All right, I have seen people act more town and be more Mafia than that. Don't let that deceive you. We had a guy who faked being so drunk he couldn't play with us and didn't know the rules. Turns out he's been playing Mafia for 15 years and he destroyed everyone. He got everyone to play. No, this is the one town. He's for sure town, and he worked his way down where he was the only Mafia and killed like 10 town in a row. It was a fucking brutal game. Don't listen to people like, what are the rules? I'm not familiar. He was invited to this game for a reason. He knows his shit. Don't trust this. I'm not saying it's Mafia. I'm not saying it's Mafia.
It was pretty genuine. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying don't. I'm not saying he's Mafia. I'm just saying don't let that convince you that he's town.
Giving him a lot of
Alan, can I get reads from you finally? I've asked you like 3 times and there's still been no reads.
Yeah,
like you've been asking people questions, but 0 reads.
Yeah, I asked
Tim was gonna go
Tim
first.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could kill someone, all right. Here's on my kill list, and this isn't Mafia list, just kill list. Sherman, Breger, and who did I write down? And Chef. Because for Breger and Sherman, okay, this is not supposed to be mean. This is in context of Mafia, but I don't like their faces. And Chef, I feel like he's just playing very differently.
As long as you like my face, buddy, we're okay.
Yeah. Chef is not a face thing, but for Sherman and Breger, it's definitely a face thing for me. Like the vibe I'm getting from them. Hey, and you know what? I'm embracing vibes because we got the vibe from Noble last game. He did nothing shady except just give off a vibe, and he was 100% Mafia, so I'm scared. And that's about it right now. Those are like the 3 people who I'd be comfortable dying day 1 and be like going. I would rest easy at night. Anyone else? I mean, if anyone wants to kill Rob, I'm not going to form line.
It has been a half-hour day 1 so far. And
so here's the thing. I mean, Rob
already no way. It's been half an hour since
20 minutes.
Commercials.
I don't know.
Half hour since night began.
Jason, so here we go. Sherman, Breger, Chef, and we can loop in Jason in there if we want. And if we really,
Jason?
With an I.
It's with an I.
Why?
I want to hear Alan's reads and Jason's reads before we continue. But what was the rest of it, Tim?
I really want to hear Alan's.
Let him finish first.
What's up?
For kicks, we kill Rob. For kicks.
For kicks. Okay.
Do you have something against my face as well, Tim?
Anyways, Alan.
Just checking. Tim, you're done?
I'm done.
Okay. I noticed the smiling thing that Neil was talking about with Sherman. Like the first time I saw it, I was like, well, sometimes that's coincidence. He's like generally happy, you know, whatever. And then I saw it the second time, and that's when it like, I'm pretty sure like there's something going on with that.
So Alan, when you started pointing that out, he just had a very visible smile, and now his teeth are like almost not showing at all. Like as you were saying that, it was slowly getting tinier and tinier as you were talking.
As like just like a genuine like when someone calls you out on that, you're not sure like, well, do I stop it or do I like
Yeah,
that's just like a general
stop it if you're Mafia.
You don't overthink it.
You're overthinking it.
But no, like
Hey, back to Alan.
It just happened. It's like happening naturally, but like now that people keep pointing it out, I'm like, now I'm overthinking.
Unless you counted how many times he's
I can understand the
blinked.
smile fading when people are starting to accuse you of being Mafia. I can be like, oh shit, this is not good. Like I can understand that, but I don't think that vindicates him from his earlier shit that Alan was talking about, and I would love to hear Alan continue talking about that.
Okay, yeah. For me, it's worth it to kill him just because I know he's not going to be strong. In addition to the suspicious things that we were just discussing.
Shots fired.
My second read would be Ryan because he although Mango did note that he came out immediately with the it's probably not Trump thing because he came out really quickly because he doesn't know us and all that stuff. I don't think Ryan is someone who would like miss the complete like obvious logical thing that Trump wouldn't like be the one deciding. Like it's obvious that if he doesn't know us, more people would decide and he would just go along with it. I don't think that Ryan's the type of player that would just like not notice that right away because it's pretty obvious to most of us, I think. And then for my town, I would say, contrary to Neo, I would say that I would leave in Trump just because that was pretty genuine to me.
I'm not saying he's Mafia. I'm just saying don't let that dictate him being town solely.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you always gotta check, you know.
You know what?
I want to put a formal. I want to put a formal on Ryan.
Whoa,
so
okay.
formal.
What? No, Sherman is not
hey.
Mafia. Go ahead.
Hey, chill out, man. I want to put a formal on Ryan. Let me get my accusation.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine if everybody wants to kill Sherman, but I want to put a formal on Ryan.
There's a formal on Ryan.
So, okay, here's my accusation. Didn't really have much to do with what Alan was saying about Ryan, but when Alan pointed out Sherman, Ryan piggybacked on that, and prior to that, I really felt Ryan just hasn't been doing anything today as town, and just been sitting back too much. So, that's my accusation. You can give your defense.
Okay. So the way that I've been playing is the way that I usually play. I don't think that I've been doing anything outside of the ordinary. Usually night or day one or day two even, I'll sit back, gather notes, and then later on is when I'm the most useful, as you guys all know. But I will tell you what I have right now.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Okay. So I did note what I think Neil said earlier about the circle, quote-unquote circle with Sherman, ZNF, and Store. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I also think it's more towny than Mafia-ish.
I didn't say anything about Store.
I don't think Store. Yeah.
No, but Store was the one asking the question. I mean, if that's
maybe I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else. I forget who was.
I pointed out ZNF. Yeah, I'm a little confused how I got grouped.
For some reason, I don't know. I thought he was saying Sherman and Store and Sherman and or Store and ZNF. I don't know, but that's what I wrote down. It's not super detailed. Anyway, my biggest read right now is on Kimball, and here's why. So when we were talking about the lynches and whether we had one lynch or two, it's town favored to get 2 lynches. And right away, Kimball was like, it's one lynch. And Storzerg was kind of lobbying like, well, maybe let's let Carlton talk about it, like whatever. And Kimball was the first one to say 1, Store wanted 2. So I thought Store leaned really towny and Kimball leaned really Mafia-ish from that.
Okay. So about your defense, I thought it was a red flag when you mentioned my name with the 2. I have like no idea how that makes any sense. I liked your little thought on Kimball a little bit, but otherwise, I don't know. I'm not sold.
So what I was talking about is what I wrote down at first. And then the second part, what I was talking about is my reads. So I was just noting that. Obviously, other people didn't catch that. So maybe that first thing I said wasn't right.
In defense of Ryan, I think what might have happened here is because it was after, I think it was after Neil mentioned Sherman and ZNF together. It was afterward that he mentioned your name, not in the same, like, it wasn't the same like in that group of people, but you like pinged Store after you talked about
I said
Sherman
Store
and
was
ZNF.
questioning ZNF, and that is what caused ZNF to Sherman to slip up about something on ZNF.
Right.
So Store was
trying to keep as much to Ryan as possible right now.
Yeah. So it looks like I don't know. I at first I wasn't really concerned about Ryan. I was like, well, whatever. He's just being normal Ryan. But I'm a little sketched up. I still think he's not our number one Lynch tonight. I think our number one Lynch is still Sherman. But that wasn't interesting.
Okay, look, regardless of the circle, I wrote it down, and I was just trying to give you guys a read. But the biggest thing that you guys should take away from my defense is what I think about Store and Kimball.
I wanna bounce off of that really quick.
What do you think about Store? Hold on. What do you think about Store?
You didn't mention
we're not talking about Store, right?
I said I thought because of the thing with 1 and 2 that Store was Town and Kimball was Mafia.
Okay. Not that thing. Okay.
I want to bounce off that really quickly. It was kind of strange how, as right before Ryan started talking about Kimball, I was actually going over who I thought was most suspicious in my head again, and the rankings were Kimball, Unctus, and then Kiwi. And then right before Ryan talked about Kimball being suspicious, I was looking at Kimball and I was like, he's less suspicious than before. I don't know. I've been staring at Kiwi too for a bit, and I don't know.
We're still
formal Ryan.
Oh shoot! I thought Store was in. Oh, never mind.
Those words never came out of my mouth.
So
yeah, my bad. I didn't know.
In Ryan's defense, I like this defense, but then again, he always gives really like he always like half convinces me, especially when he's Mafia. But
I'd like to see a vote go.
But the thing is, I like his read on Kimball and Storzer because I feel the same way. And I don't know. But I mean, was that a ploy just to get me on his side, or?
Here's the thing. All right. If I'm Mafia, I can't afford to bust Kimball and lose 2 KP, right?
But you're not really bust. It's not really a strong bust, right? Especially if you get voted off, right? We're gonna believe what you said less, so. And people are gonna forget about this by next round.
Why do we think this is a bust? Like,
why did you just say people are gonna forget about this by next round? What did you just say?
I said I'd like to see the vote go.
Let's see the vote go. It's going a while.
Okay.
Can I say something before we vote? And I need mod approval. I want to make a call on his read about me in Store. Is that okay?
If only if the read
pertains exactly
his opinion, basically.
Okay, I resend for half a second while Kimball talks. Kimball, talk.
Okay, thanks. All I said was that it's been greater than 15. So Rob said that there are 15. We should have more. And so I said that normally it's 2 when there's 15 or more. That's how it's been in the past. And people have argued over 15 or 15 or more. So I was simply clarifying, as I am to do.
Can you put your face in your
how we've been.
But you didn't sit there and clarify. You go, it's 1. That's
you got to lift your camera up a little bit.
It's 1 because it's
Kimball.
Yeah, sorry.
I understand the reasoning behind it, but what you said
and then
was
as soon as we deferred to Mod, I was like, okay, let Mod tell us what's going on. I didn't argue for it. I was simply stating how we'd played it in the past and bringing that up.
Okay, I want to keep my formal. I want to re-put my formal on Ryan.
Formal's back on Ryan?
Yeah.
All right, let's do one question before we vote. So Trump, you mentioned you're relatively new to this.
This has to be about Ryan. This isn't about Trump.
Your take on Ryan's?
I actually don't want to hear this. I don't
want to hear it.
If he has something that he already wanted to say about Ryan's defense, I would let it go, but I wouldn't let it go if you're asking him for it. So make sure you hold your hands up for a second because I want to make sure I get this count. All right, on 3, 1.
We vote by covering the camera.
Oh yeah, so you vote, you hold your hand up and cover the camera.
This is an example.
Do cover the camera as much as possible. None of this half-assing. I could be scratching my face. I could be voting things.
And then hold your hand there until I say the vote. So it's going to be on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vote. 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 votes does not pass.
I want a formal Sherman.
Hold on. Can I get the names that voted for me?
I did.
Yeah, that was Alan, Jason, Rob, Kiwi, Kimball.
And me.
I hate your vote there.
I didn't vote.
Shit, my pen is out of ink.
We have a formal on Sherman.
Jason didn't vote, right?
I didn't
Who
vote.
called the
I voted
formal?
if you didn't.
Who called the formal?
Neil called the formal.
Neil called the formal.
I think Sherman is a much more likely target. Ryan was not. I'm not convinced about Ryan, and if we can reduce kill power, I think we should go after a higher profile Mafia target. Sherman has been reading Mafia to me the whole game, and Alan and Storzerg chimed in a little bit about the Sherman ZNF thing. So I'd like to see Sherman defend himself.
Okay, so the claim is that based on like a smile reaction, which I will say that this is like the first time that I'm doing something enjoyable for my week. It's been really stressful. So just being here with people has been pretty awesome for me.
That is the sweetest defense I've ever heard.
This is the opposite of the suppy defense right now.
You want a cookie?
What I've been looking at is I've been playing a different version of Mafia for a while now, and I'm getting back into this.
What's the other version
What is the version called?
Huh?
Is it called something else?
It's called Epic Mafia. It's a website. It's called Epic Mafia.
As long as it's not.
I know that. Oh, I know that place.
It's not called Werewolf, but it might.
Just checking.
They play Werewolf. They don't call it Werewolf.
So Mango, for instance, like I've played one game with him, and I'm basing literally that one game is that I don't underestimate Mango. He's like he can be really powerful, and so I just need to listen to what he says and not jump to any conclusions. ZNF, like I never played with him. First time meeting him. No, he made the connection that we knew somebody, that we had a mutual friend after day one, after Chef was already like asking who I was. So then you guys went to Tim asking why Tim, what Tim thought, and really his was just my face, and again, like I'm just in a good mood.
This feels like a guilt trip.
It feels exactly like a real suppy.
It feels that way because that's what it is. Doesn't mean it's Mafia. It just means that
Could you give us,
I feel bad.
Could you give us like your 3 most Mafia reads and your 3 best townie reads, or something like really good?
Well, I think I'm going to say obvious that Jeffrey, or I'm trying to remember your gamer tag, but I'm pretty sure he's town. That's kind of a given. Store's having a pretty town heavy play, and those are really I'm still undecided with Mango, and Kimball's somebody who I usually have my eye on, so I automatically start out with like a suspicion on him. Kiwi's been pretty quiet, and I've seen him really dominate, and so I keep a low, or I like look out for him. And then Neil, just because he's really pushing one small thing.
I just wanna say on his defense, not like in his defense, but when he first started talking, right, it sounded, I don't know if it's just me, but it sounded really genuine, right? Him talking about like, oh, it's like the only time I've been able to have fun this week.
When you guys are doing something, turn off your shit. Turn off your shit.
Tim.
I thought that was like a really genuine town reaction from him. But then he started going into like all this other stuff that like didn't make sense for me. Like he was like, oh, Mango, I feel like I just have to trust him. And then he was like, ZNF, we have like a mutual friend. Like he was trying to like claw for support or something. And
I was like filling gaps.
It sounded to me like he's just happy to be playing.
Yeah.
Even if he dies, like whatever, like he's just happy to be playing. That's
right.
all
Right.
I got.
Now I didn't like that he brought up my name either, but my read on him is town.
Yeah, like I'm weighing those like both parts of his defense. I like the first part much more than the second. So.
I actually don't like his Mafia reads. I don't think he gave us, like, specifically when he mentioned that he was suspicious of me because he's always suspicious of me, and then he didn't say anything, and then he moves on to Kiwi. Like he gives reads, but it's...
I don't think the things that he said, like post making me feel bad for him, I don't think the things that he actually said were valuable. I don't think that he actually made anything that was he didn't say anything either groundbreaking or very, very much worthwhile. He just said, here are the people that I usually have my eyes on, not necessarily
right, because that's literally all I have. Like, aside from what's going on, like this game and this day one.
All I'm saying is that it took like a long time to get there. Like you didn't like. It seemed like you were trying to grasp for something to say, you couldn't find it, and then you were like, I still don't know what to say.
I'm super sketch on Unctious. I'm just.
I agree.
That's fine. I'd really like to hear some of the quiet people, like Jason or Rob, who have said nothing. Like, what do you think about?
We have a formal right now.
What do they think about Sherman?
I mean, it's a thing. It's formal, and we had a whole conversation last week about how we shouldn't bandwagon our opinions before a vote. So that's why I was, being quiet. But I'm okay. I didn't personally see the interaction with him smirking and all of what he was getting called out on, but a lot of people cooperated. More people than the 3. Which would be like only Mafia if they all did an all-in to bandwagon on him. So I think there's a good enough consensus that did happen, even if I didn't see it. I didn't care for his defense too much. I think he's also. I'm curious to see how he's going to play in later rounds. If we keep him alive and he doesn't get lynched right now, is he going to be in a position later where he's going to be able to fall off a little bit? That's kind of where I'm at the moment. And for a day one lynch, it's always hard to kind of get. Coalesce around someone, but I'm okay with voting him off now.
I want to say something. Can I?
Sure.
Yeah. I really, really don't want to see Sherman get voted off.
Do you know Sherman in real life?
No.
Wow.
But it seems like I'm not the cop or anything, first of all. But I really don't want Sherman voted off because let's see, a lot of people just ganged up on him for what I think are weak reasons. I actually have many better targets that I'd like to vote off today.
I agree with Trump on this. I liked his smile and I like the beginning of his defense.
All right. Is there anything else?
There were just so many people just ganged up on him.
I think it's up to Neil if he wants to go or not.
Neil, let's go on the vote.
You know what? The best way to decide whether or not we think someone's Mafia is to vote on it. So let's vote.
All right, we're going to a vote. 3, 2, 1, vote. I have 6 votes. Does not pass.
Why did some of you guys not raise your hands? Like I thought a lot of people were against him.
So who do we have? Alan, Rob, Unctious, Kimball. Who else?
Neil.
Storzer.
You think?
Who are the people that were bussing Sherman super hard that didn't vote on him?
And Chef.
Maybe Tim. I didn't vote.
Chef did not vote.
Ryan,
I mean, to me, this vote is telling because most of my Mafia suspects voted for Sherman. Who
I agree.
I'm pretty sure is town.
Okay.
And right now it's Kimball and Neil are my Kimball, Neil, and Unctious are in my Mafia circle, so to speak. So
I have a question now that we're out of formal. Sheth pinged me early in the game, and he also pinged me again just now for not talking, but I really haven't heard much from Kiwi. So what... Because I was pinging Ryan at first about how I didn't like his 5-second read, and I was critical of that. But I haven't heard Kiwi talk much at all. So Jason, I also agree, hasn't been talking. I said I wanted to hear his reads earlier. I said earlier when Tim was giving his reads, I wanted to hear more from Jason. But Kiwi I also haven't heard from, so I think it was interesting. I got pinged for not talking when I talked towards the beginning, and Kiwi still hasn't done much talking.
I try and ping Kiwi all the time, but like it's never worked for me.
Never.
Like, we find out eventually that he's either town or Mafia by Kiwi's like he makes this play. That's like either obviously town or obviously.
The old Alan is still Alan.
No, Alan's been talking a lot this game.
Fine. Let me talk then. Okay, I didn't vote for Sherman, and I wasn't really sure. In my head, it was really 50-50. Is he bad Mafia or nervous town that's kind of just happy to exist? The main thing, I went back and forth, and I thought there were better targets. There were a few people that pointed towards Unctious. I'm getting bad vibes off him, so I'd be okay with that. Other than that, I'll open up the floor because I don't have heaps to say.
And we're at 40 minutes, so try and figure this out soon, guys.
So I want to formal Kimball.
Let Kimball speak first.
Yeah, can I speak first?
I mean, Ryan, I'd like to put the formal through, and that gives him the chance to speak.
But
Sure.
I'm gonna ask someone else a question, so that's not gonna.
All right.
I think we should allow the question.
I think allow the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ask the question.
Okay,
You did have his hand up.
I wanted to ask Trump actually what your other people that you wanted to lynch are, because you came out in strong support of Sherman for no particular reason other than there are other people you'd rather lynch today. So who are they and why? And why are you
Okay, that's fair. I want to lynch Rob because I felt like he ganged up on Sherman in a pretty bad way. I think the evidence against Sherman is really bad. I think Sheth, he's been really quiet. I don't know how he usually plays, but he also quickly jumped on something like, oh, how do you know that's a bus or whatnot? It seems like he's thinking from a Mafia state of mind.
I didn't vote for Sherman.
You didn't say you did.
But you did vote for whoever the first guy was voted for, and I strongly didn't like that vote either.
Okay.
I know that there's a formula for Kimball, but I just want to follow up two things. One, I wasn't saying anything until I got pinged for not talking, and I said, well, I guess I'm going to speak my point then. And then follow up with that is, it seems like your Mafia reads are based on things that happened during the Sherman vote. So where before the Sherman vote did you have your Mafia ideas from? Because if you didn't want to vote for Sherman because you thought there were better Mafia, and you thought that before the vote happened, and your two things are kind of like, your Mafia reads are centered around Sherman still. Was there anything before Sherman came into the picture that had a Mafia read for you?
I think it's more fair to say that I have a lot of village reads, and
oh no.
Yes.
That's not exactly what you said.
Let's not go full villagery, guys. Come on.
I want to just say something.
That's not fair though, Rob, because just like him, when the vote went for Sherman started, I wasn't sure about him, so I didn't have anyone better to vote at the time when the form was put. But through his defense and after what he said and after what people accusated him, I had other people that I rather vote. So it's not like, you know what I mean?
All right, yeah, it just seemed to me that it was all centered around Sherman. That's fine. But do you want to go back to Kimball?
Is the formal on him? Because I want to make one short little.
It's on him at this point.
Okay. All right.
No, there's no formal yet.
Oh, he's on the phone.
There is a formal on him.
Yeah, there's a.
There is one on him, but he's on the phone. So
he's on the phone. Go ahead, Ziana.
Okay, so I mean, I said this at the beginning of the day, and I know I've been saying stuff that just doesn't really make that much sense. So if this doesn't make sense, just tell me. Because usually when I read Kiwi, right, Kiwi reads as a really easy town, and the way I can sometimes tell is because he's always doing this, right? Like he's always had his hand up, like he looks like he wants to contribute. Sometimes he never gets that hand in, sometimes he does, but it's been 40 minutes and he hasn't raised his hand once. So I'm just freaking out here because I'm why hasn't he raised his hand? He's talked, but he hasn't done the hand raising. And I don't know, that just makes me uncomfortable. But that's all I have to say about that. We can go back to Kimball.
Yeah, we'll wait for Kimball though.
He's on the phone. Yeah,
okay.
He
About that. Why didn't you vote for either of them?
Kimball was earlier again?
That he's Mafia?
Yeah. No, I know, but you got to. Was there any definition or any evidence behind it? Because I don't remember what you said.
The biggest reason was because right at the beginning, or early in the day, Kimball started talking about, or we were asking what was the lynches for today, and Kimball right off the bat says, "There's one lynch." Right, he was adamant about it, and Storzerg was like, "Well, let's ask Carlton for clarification or whatever."
So it's just a rules thing that got you confused, or thought he was Mafia?
It's not a rules thing. It's that he wanted something. He was adamant about something that would be pro Mafia, and Store was adamant something that was.
I was adamant about what the rules were that we normally followed and clarifying that.
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to place a formal now. Ryan called a formal on Jason.
Okay.
So.
I guess I'll start with my observations. So yeah, I voted twice. Alan also voted twice. I've been a little bit quiet today, although I've been talking here and there. I think Tim's been more quiet than me, as another one that usually talks, and so has Chef. So I spoke up a few times about Rob being distracted. I had something to say about Bregor during his defense. And Sherman, and I've been, questioning, what's his name, Trump. So I haven't been super quiet. I think you guys get a really strong Mafia read on me when I'm Mafia, and I kind of don't have a lot to contribute. And generally, day 2 or day 3, you guys really come hard at me, and it's pretty obvious by that point. So I'd like you to just consider that it is still day 1. If your biggest thing is that I was clarifying the rules, I'm a freaking engineer. That's what I do. I would really take major offense if you lynched me because I was clarifying the way that we normally play the rules, that it's more than 15 is 2 lynches. When we get down to 15, it goes to 1. It was not a play to get less than 2 lynches. That wouldn't work because no one's going to listen to me if the mod says something else. So I don't think if I was Mafia that there would be any sense in trying to trick you guys into having less lynches. That just doesn't make sense. And before Bregor came out with me, against me for doing that, I had called his 5-second read very...
it takes no more typing or I will shoot you.
In a loving way.
So my my voting against Bregor, I believe, was already established as having some doubt against him earlier on. So I think that vote is reasonable. I actually thought about not voting for him, and then I was like, well, I better just like go with my reads because I'm gonna get shit if I don't vote for him, since I've spoke about him anyway.
How long can this filibuster go on?
Well, you know, normally when I'm town, I have a lot of things to talk about. When I'm Mafia, I'm like stalling for time and but I'm actually, you know,
but you have been.
You're doing right now.
No, I'm saying.
Hey, Kimball, top 2 lynches. Who do you want to lynch?
I actually want to lynch the new guy.
Trump?
And
Trump or Sherman?
No,
Sherman's not new.
Before.
Sherman's not new.
Trump. I want to lynch Trump. And the other one, maybe.
I'll be right back.
Maybe Chef.
Chef, can you hold on for a sec because we're gonna go to a vote.
He's on the phone.
Oh, he's okay. I thought you were going somewhere.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right, so I'll give a chance for
he can
anybody who wants to defend or
I have one
pile on.
I was very pleased with Jason's defense up until it started getting kind of long, and then I did like the fake look at my watch thing, and then right away Unctious said, you know, how long is this filibuster going to last? And then when Kimball's remark about usually when I'm Mafia I go on and on and on, but this time I'm actually serious, like that made me like do a 180 on his defense. Like up until that point I was like, no, he's probably town, it's fine. But at that point I was like, you know what? This is a long fucking defense, and that's exactly what people do when they're Mafias.
That's not what I said, though. I said I have things to say. When I'm Mafia, I have and I'm like stalling to say things. That's different than having a long-winded thing where I have a lot of things to say.
This is where I'm conflicted on Kimball because he pinged me at the beginning for not paying attention when it was for like 3 seconds, and then I was okay with his defense. He bandwagoned on me after I called Ryan out. He also went on Ryan about not liking his 5-second read. And I kind of think a lot of people jumped down him instantly about, oh, isn't that exactly what you're doing right now? Because I at least got exactly what he was talking about.
Are you voting?
So no, before the vote, I just wanted to say, like, I don't really like this thing on Kimball. It seems like a lot of people are doing it for very little reason. Like, this is kind of normal Kimball play to me. And, like, the fact that he kind of was against Ryan because of the low read on Trump, like I fully agreed with that. I thought that was kind of a scummy Ryan read. Like I'll just leave it at that, I guess. But I'm okay with that so far.
So, is this about Kimball?
Yes.
Okay.
But Bregor had his hand up first. That's why I'm like.
Okay, so to clarify, the reason I thought you were Mafia is not because of the fact that you were clarifying the rules. It was the speed and way that you said one lynch, not the fact that you were merely clarifying them. It was how you said it and how quickly you did.
All right. So when Kimball, okay, 2 things. When Kimball is Mafia, first, he plays the way that he did the entire time. He sits back, he doesn't talk, which is most of the time would happen unless he was like following up on somebody else's comments. He never went out of his way to actually try to like poke at people or prod at people. And it was very, very Kimball Mafia play, just sitting back, letting things happen. 2, his defense as Mango, not Mango, as who was it? Neil was saying the entire, like, there are 2 things that Kimball does when he's in his defense as Mafia. He either sighs a lot and really hard, or he gets caught up, he talks for a long time and he says, and he does that little, like the tongue click, that a lot. Like, that's what he does when he's Mafia. I think it's a good lynch.
I didn't really hear him do that.
I wasn't doing
that.
those things.
He didn't do those things, but
he did. I heard him do that.
Okay, so let's go to Trump. Let's go to Trump and then vote. He had his hand up for a long time.
Okay. I think he shouldn't be voted because Kiwi is a much better vote.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to vote. On 3, 2, 1, vote. Oh yeah, I think that passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That passes. Everybody go to sleep.
I can't win.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, store.
So for those of you in chat that don't know what this game is, I'm going to explain
He just
it.
left.
No one.
Kimball left.
No one.
Now you got to redo the overlays.
No one game can hear me.
No,
I'm
he
just
left
talking
the
to you
chat.
guys, chat.
That's what I'm saying. To redo overlays.
And I do have to redo overlays. So Mafia
Rob.
is a game of lies and
Oh,
deception.
please.
And it's all about trying to. So in this situation, we have 3 people who are Mafia, 1 person who's cop, 1 person who's medic, 1 person who's vigilante. And
Understood now.
This is for
it's so hard
Rybo,
when they can't
since
hear me
he's watching
talking
the
'cause they
stream now.
talk over me. The idea is that Mafia tries to kill the town tries to kill the Mafia. No one knows who Mafia is except for Mafia. And that's what this game's about if you haven't played it before.
Make sure after you die, you don't talk, please. Dead people can't talk.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Copy. All right. Waiting somebody wants to get water, waiting for them to come back. All right, so it is morning once again. People wake up, and as they wake up, they notice a few things.
I swear, if you use me again, I swear.
In Alan's other bed.
Rob wakes up and goes downstairs and notices that there's a car in his living room. And at the driver's seat is Shindig's. Shindig's is dead. Somebody cut the brakes to his car. And also, Story's was the passenger and he's dead.
What? They would never be in that car.
Stories, man.
Wear a seatbelt.
Like to point out an obvious conspiracy. How would he be parked in the driveway if the brakes were cut?
Okay,
He was
I think
shot.
First thing to note about this is that Kimball obviously wasn't Mafia.
This town.
Unless the vigilante tried to shoot one of those 2 people, thinking one of them did it.
Likely, Veggie.
Neither of those people are reading Mafia.
Or Mafia got
So-
saved too. There's a possibility.
So to me, that makes, I think, Trump didn't vote. That makes him a lot less suspicious. I know I didn't vote, and I think there was a
only like 2 or 3 people.
Chef and I did not vote. I'm pretty sure.
Correct.
So
Right?
hold on.
Okay.
Kimball, no vote was Rob, Kiwi, Trump, and Chef.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I think that's in my mind that's a pretty strongish town group. So I'm not too suspicious of those other 3.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
Unless
I
a vigilante comes out and says like they shot Tim, then
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I actually agree, and this is coming from someone who thought that Kiwi was Mafia yesterday. I actually think that Kiwi's right on this. I'm more willing to trust Kiwi now after what he just said.
We all make mistakes. Don't worry.
Kiwi, I was wrong to distrust you.
I will claim Vigi, and I did not shoot Tim.
What? Okay.
So you haven't used your shot?
No.
Why would you
didn't
claim
need
it?
to, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, but it's not a bad claim.
So
No,
you
it kind of
probably
is.
need to use your shot tonight.
It's not a,
what the
it's
hell?
not a terrible claim.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Let's just drop. I mean, it's happened. He hasn't played much. I guess it's kind of the way it is.
All right.
I just want to bring up one thing about this. I'm not trying to throw accusations anywhere. I just want to generate discussion. I want to make that clear before I say it. For Mafia Meta today, we talked about when you should fake. We said when you should fake Hypno or fake other roles, and we discussed it. Sherman, were you watching Mafia Meta?
No, but I heard you talk. I watched the end of it, and I heard you guys talking about actually when to use your shot, and that's what I've been thinking about the whole game.
Well, now you have to. So.
Well, yeah, I know I have to.
Okay.
But I didn't have a strong enough read.
Hey, Mango.
I mean, it's day 1. You're not supposed to have.
Like, we shouldn't. We don't need to go over this anymore. It's kind of obvious.
let's move on.
So, Mango,
just so you know,
you've kind of been quiet after. You're just quieter in general, I think. So I'd like to hear some of your reads right now, if you don't mind.
So I only have strong town reads. It's
I don't even know if you should say it then. Like that doesn't.
Well, no, there's enough that I don't think it mattered. And if it narrows down the pool for other people, if they think I'm town, that's a benefit. So Sherman, obviously, ZNF, I like the way that he thinks. I've kind of been in step with him. Kiwi and Trump. So that leaves. First of all, Jason hasn't said shit, which
I haven't.
Yeah. And then there's Rob, who is kind of sketchy. Unctious is. I would vote off Unctious.
You'd always vote me off. That doesn't mean anything.
No. But the whole thing where on the Sherman vote, you were kind of jumping on him, and I just thought
he was a good lynch.
Suspicious. I mean,
How?
obviously I disagree, but it just seemed like a super easy target to go after, and that's also why I think Neil is suspicious. But
he's an easy target because
and then that leaves Ryan and Sheth. I mean, I'd be okay with voting almost any of the remaining people off, which is 6 people. So, I mean,
Okay, go ahead, Trump. Sorry.
I want to just add on to Mango there. I think that's a good list of villagers or townies. I sort of want to form a circle of friendship between you and ZNF and myself.
Well, why not? Why not Sherman?
Almost all of the agents.
No, based on read. It's purely coincidental.
Coincidence?
So, Trump,
I think
Trump,
not.
do you think Sherman is one capable of? Well, I guess you wouldn't know since you haven't played with him, but I mean, based on like his play in the first round, right? Do you think he's capable to fake claim Vigi as Mafia in round 2? Yeah. So, I mean, why are you not putting him in your circle?
Oh, that was sort of obvious, I should say. I felt like I didn't say it.
What about Kiwi then?
Oh, on the topic of Kiwi, I actually wanted to. Part of why I wanted him lynched yesterday was because ZNF made a really good point about him. So that's why I said I don't want to vote the guy we voted, and I'd rather vote Kiwi. But he came out today and said some good stuff.
What did he say today?
Actually, now that I think about it,
About the vote on Kimball.
So I mean, just because he came out and said that, I mean, he could have said that as Mafia too.
He could have, but he didn't vote.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we've convinced ourselves out of like going for the more obvious targets before. I mean, it's kind of a. I mean, definitely Kiwi or any of the people who didn't vote could have said something like that. But I think we should focus on the people who are more likely to have killed Kimball, who was Town, who are the Mafia. And so the people who voted, such as myself and other people, are more likely suspects. I for one would like to point out that Unctuous made that really long, like, it wasn't a rant, but that really long speech about Kimball being Mafia. Never forget. I don't know. I think that convinces me that he might be one of the more popular kills today, as far as I'm concerned. Followed by either Jason with an I, and just because you haven't said anything, Jason.
I know. I haven't said much.
Yeah, and those are my two.
So I'm gonna state the obvious again. If there's a cop,
the
Mafia should come out.
Yeah.
Also,
lowers our power.
Also, since the cop has 2 checks, right?
Yeah, if you have 2 towns, that's good too.
That's
good too.
What?
If you have 2 towns that are alive, that's good too.
Well, so I'm gonna add on to that and say, if the 2 checks that you did are outside of the town circle that me and Trump talked about, then you should definitely come. But otherwise, I'm not sure.
So I want to ask a question to ZNF. ZNF, I was the one who formaled Kimball, but you didn't put me as your top 2 Mafia. Why is that?
Now that you mention it, like, I didn't know you had formaled Kimball until you told me. Like, I forgot. So it kind of just slipped my mind. And honestly, I feel like when the vote, like, when you were pressuring Kimball, right? You were pressuring him on like this one aspect where he was just like, it's one vote, it's one vote, it's one vote, right? Like, I don't know. I think it was apparent to me, at least, that reasoning wasn't necessarily like the best one, even if we were just talking about how he was saying it or something like that. And I feel like it was a more genuine accusation from you, right? And you took the forefront of it, right? Like, here's the way I conceptualize things. Like, if you're Mafia, right, it's not always like, you don't want to be like pressuring someone and like being the leader all the time, right? Sometimes you want to kind of take the final role and say something at the very end to kind of convince people to get on your side, say some good stuff. And I feel like that's the role that Unctuous played as opposed to the role that you played.
Well, I also said something at the end to clarify, because he was talking about being an engineer or whatever.
Well, I mean, to be 100% honest with you, I don't remember it at all.
I think what he's saying is pretty much like, Ryan, you had a valid point on what you thought, not bandwagon or anything, or just that it was something that you genuinely thought and then you pushed for it, instead of like how Anchus and Neil, after his defense, were pushing back in or piggybacking on how he was like taking long and said that he's taking long and no one else was talking about it, but they both just pushing on that subject about his long defense and how they really thought he was Mafia after that. I think that's what him and Mango were talking about.
Okay.
I don't think that the way that I came out against Kimball was like a long extended speech. I think everything that I said was valid. And I think that the things that I said are like, apparently other people noticed it because almost everybody voted. Like, this can't be something that is that hardcore against me at this point. Like, almost everyone thought that Kimball was a decent lynch, which is why so many people, voted him off. Now, when I voted for Sherman. I didn't vote for Bregor. I trusted Bregor from the very beginning when he first started talking, he read super, super town to me. And he was also suspicious on Kimball. So I didn't vote for him because to me, if I'm suspicious of Kimball, I think he's a good lynch. I want to keep other people who think that he's a good lynch as well around to try to kill somebody that I think is Mafia. Because I don't think that enough happened early on in day one to get, a perfect Mafia read. It's or not just a read, but like we didn't pin down a Mafia member. I voted for Sherman because I trusted Neil. And what Neil was saying, like the way Neil came out against Sherman, he was like genuinely excited about this piece of information that he had, and that read super town to me. So now what's interesting here is that Mango came out against me and then also said that he's suspicious of Neil and Bregor both, I think. So what this does is it makes it tough because now Mango's going to be like, of course, Unctuous is Mafia. He's friends with all the people that I think are Mafia. But like, it's just a shitty situation for me to be in. Like I didn't do anything I didn't do anything wrong. I voted consistently with what made sense to me.
Sheth, do you want to say something?
So yeah. So Ryan, when he started off with Trump, went against Trump, and at least you got good information off that. But anyway, and then how he formaled Kimball, who I
was pro-Trump.
All right. Either way, you formaled Kimball, and the way it was kind of done, didn't rescind it, and like just everyone killed him. I really didn't like it. I don't like too much how Unctious is defending Ryan, but Ryan is definitely the one I'm like the most scared of at this point. I definitely think I don't know. So Mango and Trump, the relationship there, I really don't like how Trump like I was super happy with Trump. I'm like, okay, he's probably down from the way he like acted so innocent. But then like he said like, okay, I want to form a circle of trust with Mango and then ZNF. Like I didn't understand why he chose Mango first, because I'm like still super afraid of Mango.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm very afraid of Mango.
But like he said that he wasn't like against Kiwi. Like we know Kiwi when we've played with him, so he seems down to us. But he shouldn't seem that down to Trump, I'd assume. So that just struck me as kind of weird.
Town Mango
Trump
so serious.
Didn't include me in his town circle. I think
Trump
he was saying
thought he was a better
was
link.
suspicious.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said.
So,
He included him at the end
with
when Mango said, "What about Kiwi?" And he's like, "Yeah, Kiwi too." I think.
No, I said
then
Sherman.
he
Okay,
flipped
Sherman.
again.
Sorry.
I mean, you guys are missing the obvious where like both me and Trump have like the exact same, town reads, like whose town, right? And it makes sense for us to ally up. And if you can't see that, then something's wrong with your mindset. I don't know.
Well, I just want to put it out there that so I'm easily like impressionable, right? Like Kiwi just says, like Kiwi was like, we all make mistakes, and I'm like, oh, Kiwi, like buddies forever, right?
So
and
I
then,
just want to say,
well, let me finish. Okay. And then like when I used to play like real life Mafia, right, with like Mango, and then if anyone like played with Sishi before, right, they would like buddy up. They would like buddy up with me, and they'll be like, "Man, ZNF, you're so down." I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're so awesome." And then they'll be Mafia, and I'll be like, "What the fuck?" So that's why I'm scared.
I want to reference the game that we played last week, in which I think Tim was town and Unctious was Mafia, and Unctious did the exact same thing where he like buddied up with Tim and had the same reads as Tim, and then Unctious was like I was suspecting ZNF and Unctious and Tim all together, and the only reason Tim was in there is because Unctious buddied with him.
Also, Mango.
Let me go.
So, are you saying that I'm doing the same thing that Unctious did last game?
I'm saying you could be.
Okay. I mean, it's fair to have people doubt, to have some level of doubt, but I mean, it's kind of frustrating for me because to me it seems so obvious that the reasons I'm giving are legit and that you guys should see them as town too, like Trump, ZNF, and Sherman. And if you guys don't want to form a circle with them or not bringing that up and not realizing it, like that's so anti-town to me. I mean, forget about me.
Mango,
forget about me.
They're the same. They're like the obvious ones. It's not like a lot of us have that same read. It's not a big deal. Like obviously Sherman, Trump has like looked really towny.
Why are you not vocalizing it? I mean, that just helps.
Because you and Trump, like it should be obvious to people. Like you just said that it should be obvious.
I formal Alan, just so he can talk.
Thank you. Fuck you guys.
Formal Alan.
Formal
Alan.
I've never seen the formal. Continue, Alan.
I formal Sherman.
Anyway, everybody shut up. Everybody shut up.
Sherman's defense. Come on.
Man up.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you going to rescind that, Chef?
Why are we not even like talking about the dead people? Like we just like completely skipped over that.
Were you sleeping when you talked about it, or are you
like who they would kill or like who their reads were?
Wait, who died again?
Exactly.
Tim.
Oh yes.
Died.
Store wanted to kill Ryan, and Tim had no reads, but he said I would kill Rob, like he always does. And
I believe they both said they would kill Ryan.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Store does the thing where he formals people, but I wrote down the vote and Store didn't vote. He just did it to see who would vote. But Store didn't even vote on me.
Work anymore? Like he does it so much that like it's not like the votes aren't even useful at this point.
It gave us some information.
I don't know that it did. Like
what I'm saying is he didn't really want to kill me. He just wanted to see who wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Let me. Who voted for you, Ryan? I just wanna.
Okay, the vote on me is Alan, Rob, Kiwi, Kimball, Chef.
That doesn't say Jack. Oh, that doesn't give me anything. Okay, never mind. Kiwi
Well,
had his
for
hand.
me, it's between like Ryan, Unctious, and Neil right now to kill.
Ryan, Unctious, and Neil. May I ask why I get on that list?
Yeah, because you and Unctious were like on that whole Kimball thing, like way too far.
The only thing that I felt about Kimball was that he rambled a lot, and at first I was pretty down with him. Like, not Mafia.
He said a lot,
yeah,
but he wasn't. He wasn't like. He knew what he was gonna say. Like he wasn't just making things up and be like, maybe.
He wasn't
like he wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
like,
he wasn't doing that, which is
I don't know what
definitely.
you guys are talking about because that's all I heard.
I did not hear any of that.
He did not do that.
So
he didn't go,
you're full of shit, man. I'm gonna get you killed. So.
Not at all. A million times, but it wasn't like he was stalling. He was just saying it in between what he was trying to say.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Or not, sorry, I'm almost done. Just give me 10 seconds.
Okay.
Kimball, when he's I mean, clearly not in this case because he was town, clearly. But his typical, like most people's typical town defenses are fairly concise, and his defense was not concise. It wasn't rambling, but it wasn't concise, which is what flipped me, and I regret it now because he was town.
Well, you're third on my list. You're not first on my list. Let's put it that way.
All right.
Okay, I want to formal Unctious, and I want to give my reasons why.
No.
Oh, formal and Unctious.
I'll let you. You had your hand up. If you want to say something besides that, I'll let you go, and then I'll talk about my.
All right. Why? Why Pope? Why?
Go ahead, though.
Wait a minute. You said you were going to list your reasons why. I'm ready for him.
All right, Trump. Do you not want to say anything?
Oh, did you not? Okay.
He had his hand up, and
he was letting
I wanted to formal Jason.
Me.
Oh.
Jason.
It's actually not
well, we can talk about Unctious.
We have a formal fight here.
Okay, so no, I'm going to keep my formal on Unctious, and here's why. So the stuff about, I think obviously Kimball was town, and I think that after Kimball gave his defense, the biggest two people who I saw jump on him were Rob and Unctious, and so between those two, those are my reads of like who I think are Mafia-ish, and then Rob didn't vote for Kimball, so then by process of elimination, Unctious is who is my biggest suspect right now.
All right. So I definitely came out against Kimball, very hard. I said straight up, right when he finished his defense, I said right off the bat, here's what I think. Here's why I think it. Not only is there evidence against him from before he was actually on his formal, but it just seemed like he was filibustering for as long as possible, waiting for somebody to like jump in and defend him. And that just never happened. So he kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And that was like that. The way he was speaking was suspicious. It was super suspicious, and it was a reasonable day one lynch. I can't imagine a scenario right now where 10 people vote, like almost the entire town votes, and it's one of the guys who said, "Hey, this guy seems like a good idea," that comes off as Mafia. Like there were so many people that voted right now, and so many people thought it was a reasonable vote. Like that should tell you something. Like it. Now that being said, 0 people have come out to my defense at this point.
I would like to defend you.
Can I go first, Tom? And then we'll see if we agree or not. Or you can go if you'd like.
No, go. You first.
Can I keep talking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
Sorry to interrupt.
Should be a little bit suspicious. Which should kind of ease some of your suspicions.
Well, it doesn't because 2 people just came out of defense.
Well, yeah. So that point doesn't matter anymore. But I still don't think that my vote against Sherman was a bad idea. It's very weird to me that Mango said, I've listed reasons why I think Sherman's town, but he hasn't. Like he's all he said was, he read town to me after his defense. He hasn't actually given reasons why, and I think that's something worth considering.
Isn't that a reason in of itself that I like this defense?
No,
Okay.
I was waiting for like hard facts.
So I'm going to rescind, and the biggest reason I'm going to rescind isn't because I liked what you said, but Trump and Chef, who didn't vote for Kimball and who I think are town, supported you, and so I'm going to remove it off of you for now.
Okay, I formally declare Jason to be...
Can I do my little thing first?
He declares.
That's okay.
It's at the Trump.
It's okay. Just let it go.
He does declare.
We have a formal on Jason.
My reasoning behind Jason is I think that Ryuzilla and Unctious both attacked that guy for valid reasons.
Who's that guy?
Kimball.
Who's that guy? We all have different screens, by the way. So
I apologize, but anyways, they were wrong, but I felt like their heart was in the right place. And of course, I think that this line over here of me, Sherman, ZNF, and Mango is good. That leaves not a lot of people. Jason would be top on the list.
Well, my defense is when your accusation is, I don't understand your accusation. I think what I said early in the round was that Ryan accusation for Kimball was hurtful and was meaningful. So he had a reason for it. It was good. And afterwards, Kimball did his defense, which was somewhat good. And Anchos and Neo, they both keep pushing for. Can someone's typing and is really messing with me? And Anchos and Neo were pushing for the lyncher and talking about how he took long with his speech and his defense was bad and he does that when he was Mafia and that he was Mafia, and they kept saying that, and that's what I said. And I don't think they had good reasons on that, but I think they pushed for it enough to influence, say, the rest of the town for a vote, because most of the town was tired and they just wanted to vote.
I have a question on your voting history. There have been 3 votes proposed so far, Jason. Who have you voted for?
I only voted for Kimball.
Yeah, that's what I find weird, because you just said like you didn't find it that convincing of an argument.
I don't like this defense. It's very Jason Mafia-esque.
Like I said, his defense was somewhat good, Jason's defense, but the way Neil and Anchos pushed it for it to be bad made the town, not only me, but the rest of the town, think that he was Mafia. I think that a lot of people just want to get through today because it was a long day and they had some out of the reasons to vote for it, but not enough. But with the way that Anchos and Neil pushed for it, made more people vote for.
But you voted for him.
Yes, like myself. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The way they pushed for it made more people like me, Ryan, like Sherman, like other people that voted, think that, yeah, maybe they're right about what they're saying and just vote for him. And about, like, you didn't say anything about me not contributing much, but I'll defend about that myself either way. First round, I didn't say pretty much anything. I was just trying to read people and see how the conversation was going. I don't like just talking just to say, like, oh, let me talk. Okay, Jason, yeah, I don't know what they have to say. I don't like doing that. I like to talk and have something to say, and I didn't have much to say last round. I was going to push a little bit on Starzerg because I didn't like the way that he was playing. But obviously, that was a bad call for me because he died, he was down. So that's why in the beginning of this round, I didn't say much either. I was going to push for someone that died. So,
all right, anything to say for or against?
Jason, if you die, will there be 2 kill power tomorrow?
Definitely, unless Sherman hits a Mafia, then there won't.
Oh.
No, wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Right? The kill power still goes through.
No,
yeah.
Good. Let's vote.
We didn't talk about this. Sherman has to do a vigilante shot on top of everything else.
Yeah, he'll come up with his own. It's okay.
Yeah, let that go.
That worked out great last time.
Well, yeah, but that was
That was bad. That was bad luck.
Wrong.
I mean,
Trump, do you want to go to a vote, or do you want to call it back?
To push it to a vote, or yeah?
No, I'm going to rescind it because I have other things to say.
All right. Okay.
Like, I have to rescind it to say other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's about Jason. But if it's about somebody else.
Can I reformulate it later, or are people?
Yeah, if you go to a vote,
reformal is if the vote goes through and if the guy doesn't get voted off after you formal him, then you can't reformal him.
Okay, I'll rescind it for now. I think that Rob should be shot during the night by Sherman.
Don't say that.
We don't talk about it because
then it was.
Wait 1 second. Wait, did I miss something here? I thought didn't Trump say he was vigilante?
No, Sherman is.
What the hell game are you playing?
This guy's in your town.
Pretty sure that is smoke.
Is that smoke in your room? Is that smoke in your room?
No. Didn't what's his face? Didn't Trump say
Sherman
like?
came out.
In ZNF's defense, when Sherman was coming out as vigilante, in gallery mode, the yellow box is around Trump. I initially had the same problem.
Swear to God, if your town after the eye after this.
So you thought all this time.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
This whole time, you thought that we had been like, "Oh, Sherman's totally clean. There's no reason for us to suspect him anymore."
Talk to him again.
Like we just
Guys,
stopped talking about
Okay,
Sherman
no, like,
miraculously.
no.
These guys
No,
in your
because like
council-
I was hearing something. Trump's thing was yellow. He had his hand up like this, as if he had shot someone, as if he had been like, "Oh, I'm bitchy and I didn't shoot." And I was like, "Oh,
Guys, let's not
They don't
waste
even-
time on this.
Yeah,
It's an obvious mistake.
Yeah, we're all
like-
pissed at him. Let's move
Anyway,
on.
No, it's not an issue.
Julian too.
I mean, if we're at this point, the formal's rescinded. Do you want to go back on it, or should Trump just do some prodding? I'm not Trump. Sherman do some prodding questions. He doesn't
by
have
the
to be
way,
the person you want to shoot,
before you-
but like, if he needs
Yeah.
information before he makes a shot, now if he's undecided, like he needs to do that. I think at least.
I think I have my mind made up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to.
I hope you're shooting unctuous.
Just
I
a
don't-
question.
I really don't. I hope you're not.
Why are we talking
I
about
really hope you're not. shooting me.
Guys, don't even talk about it. It just
Yeah.
Without giving
I
too
don't
much
think it's
about
bad
who
point
you're
to
going to
talk
kill
about
or who. Sherman, I want to ask Sherman something. Before giving too much without giving too much info about who you're going to shoot, giving you reads before you die, because you're probably going to die during the night. Giving you reads about who you think is down would be good, helpful for the town.
Why would they kill me?
Because you're confirmed
Because you're
town.
town. Because you're
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to town right now.
You're the only person for sure that everyone knows that this town. So
They want
Mafia-
to take you out because the
Why?
West Indies.
so since you're going to die, giving
I wanna die.
inform.
Alan, shut up and put
I
your
don't
face on
want to
camera.
play anymore. Game, man.
Is that a request for Modco, Alan? Is that what you're...
yo, one thing I said, bro, chill."
So Neil's been weird today. He's been extremely quiet.
Yeah.
We all,
Actually,
like,
I
can
can't
we, like,
address
talk
that.
about whether or not this is a good idea for Sherman to be like talking about his reads.
I didn't say without giving too much information on who you think is like, you know.
Wait, but you like then how?
Do let me say something.
Okay, I don't think
I
they
have
matter that
been
much because he's gonna
distracted
die.
No,
with
so Sherman,
business-related things. I have not
Sherman,
been
rather
paying attention
than
this day.
so Sherman, rather than who you think is suspicious, who do you think? Who's your town circle?
Chef, Trump, and Mango are. Ryan is like on the edge of my circle.
What about ZNF and Kiwi?
I don't have reason for or against ZNF. He's a neutrality for me right now.
Okay.
All right, very good.
And Kiwi's sort of leaning toward town for me.
All right. I like your
I
town
don't
circle
think
for
it was
the
a
most
good
part.
idea to have done that.
I don't care.
Oh, why not? That still leaves like 5 people for him to shoot. You're just mad that
but
you're
if
one of
there's-
them.
There's 2 kill power. if we don't lynch a Mafia member and there's 2 kill power, now he shoots 1. It's 2 out of 5 that they get. It's like just less than 50% chance that they're gonna hit.
All right, we'll get on Mafia.
I just don't like it. I don't like it.
If you go for me, you're not gonna get on Mafia. So
Well, so from my point of view, I wanted to know, in case he was like totally off track. I
There's-
want to kind of.
There's another reason I think this was a bad idea, but I don't want to talk about it now. So there was a reason for me not to talk about it. But I'll tell you later, Mango, just to remind me.
Okay.
It's just tainted at this point. Like
Yeah.
you're not talking and more's not going to bother fixing anything.
We need to figure out who we're going to lynch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jason, right? We're gonna formal him again. Or
really gonna go for me?
Why are
Sketchy to
you?
me, Unctuous is sketchy to me. I'm happy with all of those kills at this point.
I mean, for real.
We need to look at Mango more, guys. Like
This is full rizzle.
I'm
If we're not going back on Jason, I thought we were. That's why I was kind of laying low.
We can go back to Jason.
I mean, when we do the formal, that's fine. But I'm still not really sold on Ryan. Not really sold. Like Mango's playing very town where like the way he frames his argument is like, guys, this is the way it is, and if you don't get it, you need to fix your brain because you're just not right. Like that's how Mango always plays town. So like,
yeah, I know roast people the wrong way, but
like I'm not on his side, but he
like that
always
play.
does that. So I would still lynch Mango.
Mango?
Yeah, I mean, like I get that's why he plays town, but I'm not like It rubs me the wrong way. Maybe that's why I'm kind of tilted
Hold
on.
on. So you think that he's a town read, but you want to lynch
Not what
him.
I said. Not what I said.
What did you
anybody
say?
hear different?
That's what it sounded like to me.
So the fact that like
Okay, start again.
like right, the way he conveys himself is his normal town play. I just am sold on it. It rubs me the wrong way, and I didn't like his town circle.
I just wanna say that I don't think that this is always how Mango plays his town, because usually he has words like, in my mind, you have to see it from my point of view. Like
I've said that already.
I don't know. He said those like once. Like usually within like this span of time, it'd be like 5. And I just noticed that because when he said you have to see it from my perspective, the first time,
circle.
like,
well, so when I say those terms, like usually it's scaling with my frustration level, and I'm starting to get frustrated. So you'll probably hear more of that.
Just to finish my other people, like Ryan's my number 1 lynch. Mango was the 4th bottom tier out of the, and then the number 2 is Unctuous, and 3 is Neil at this point. And those are the only one I'd be like 100% go ho on is Ryan. Everyone below that is kind of just a good gut feel at this point. They're not people I have a lot of conviction
you're 0
against.
for 4, and you should be shot.
Well, I think
you fix the overlay?
Can you stop doing that,
now.
Trump? Jeebus, fucking.
I'll
do what I want.
I mean, like at this point, why I should be shot? I mean, I was one of the few people who didn't vote for Kimball. So just by not trying to shoot Kimball off the bat, I'm acting more town than a lot of other people who just, as a town, he tried lynching him off.
So the reason
I didn't vote for him.
The reason I was bringing up anything about Mango is that he's kind of been piggybacking off Trump. Like, I realized he said his reads first, and I realized Trump was like, yeah, those are good reads and all, but I need more information from you, Mango. Like you're really good read. People are like, this is my town, but like, no.
You say I'm piggybacking off of Trump, right? But
sometimes
I gave my town circle first before.
Yeah, I said that as well. But like right here, when Jeffrey's like, we got a formal Jason, you're like, yeah, Jason, like you just kind of agreed with it.
No. So I didn't say if I was gonna vote for Jason or not.
No, but you felt like it when you said it. You're like, yeah, let's go formal on Jason again.
No, people are saying, so who are we forming now? So I said, I thought in my mind, we just rescinded so we can have a discussion. So we're gonna go ahead with the vote.
Yeah, I thought it was wrong. Sorry.
I don't think I have any idea what's going on in this game anymore.
Mafia.
I think that if you
I literally don't.
We will go to victory.
Just before we progress to like formals and ending the day, I think we're all pretty clear that mostly everyone has said something, and it's been pointed out that Neil has said dick.
Yeah, I can address that for you if you'd like.
So yeah, that'd be cool.
This is like the worst thing in the world, and if you're gonna kill me over it, I completely understand. But I had some business stuff pop up in Skype, and if you guys want to, I was hoping to talk with you about you guys.
Tell us your reads now. We don't care why.
Yeah.
Just give us your reads now.
My reads right now are Unctuous and Jason with an I.
Why?
I don't have. They're not strong. They're weak. Jason, until he was forced to talk earlier today, had been really quiet all game. And my very first read in this game was Sherman and Jason, and Sherman has since proven. I mean, he was super sketchy, but he turns out he was, apparently he's Vigi. So that read's wrong, but I still kind of stand by my earlier Jason read. And there's some it might just be the fucking haircut, but Unctuous just looks really fucking sketchy to me. Like it legitimately could be the haircut, but there's something about him that I don't like. It's not the face. There's something about him I don't like.
Oh, but by the way, I just want you guys to know something really quick, because I mean I guess we're assuming that Sherman's probably gonna shoot tonight. If we lynch wrong, and then Sherman also shoots wrong, and Mafia still has 2 KP.
It's not Lilo. I did the math, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So let's say there's 10 people, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Mafia kills 2, we lynch wrong, and Sherman shoots wrong. That's 4. It'll go down to 6.
It'll be 3 versus 5.
There's 11. There's 11.
Yeah. There's 11?
There's 12 people.
Oh, shit.
Wait, 3 to 5?
3 to 5.
3 to 5 plus 3 to 6.
Yeah. Never mind. It'll be Lilo tomorrow. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's okay. I feel confident we'll get 2 Mafia.
Well, if you lynch me.
So for me, my biggest town reads are ZNF and Trump, and I'm willing to listen to what they're saying.
Don't listen to me, dude. I have no idea what I am saying right now.
Yeah, ZNF and Trump are super towny.
Can we mention Alan?
Everyone's been talking about it forever, but it's true. They're super towny.
I do want to hear about Alan.
What about me?
How are those
The only time you've talked all game is when somebody said something and you go, "Fuck, finally."
I did my reads.
So well, hold
Say
on.
them again?
Has the state of the game changed at all?
In Alan's defense, I think he's town.
I would kill Unctus, Neil, or Ryan.
I'm asking you, like, has the state of the game changed? Do you have anything
the
like
Mafia thing from his defense when Jason was falling?
What did you say? I was talking over you.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
I said earlier it was Ryan, Unctus, and Neil who I would kill. And then when Jason was formal, I got that Mafia vibe from his defense that he usually does when he's Mafia.
So would you take out Ryan, me, or Unctus from your Mafia group, or would you just add another person to it?
Not sure yet.
All right. That's
Can we get this fucking day on the road? Let's do it.
Neil, I would like to give you the honors of formaling Jason.
What?
Don't be a bitch. If you want to formal him, don't have other people here to work for you.
I don't want to
Don't be a bitch. If you don't have the balls to formal him, you don't deserve to play the game.
I like this guy.
Everything Trump does is like...
Trump, hold on, Trump, why do you want Neil to formal Jason?
No reason.
He was just being polite.
I'm formal, and I think it's unfair that I can like just formal infinite time.
I formal Jason.
Okay.
All right, we have a formal on Jason.
Well, I already gave my defense. I'm down. If you lynch me, you're gonna give Mafia the edge in this game right now. I think there's way better lynches than me in this game right now. Unches being one of them, you being the other. And if you go through it, I mean, I don't have much more to depend on myself. I already said why I was quiet in the first day. And the beginning of the second day, I was going to come out all out and just started being that, just like mess it up with what my train of thought, what I had for the game going. So I just had to reanalyze how everything was going. So that's why I was more quiet as well in the second day. But I've been trying to talk when I think it's worth to say something. So that's it. I mean, if you really kill me, you should look for people like, I don't know, like Anchus and Neil. They've been really, really sketchy. And if you're just gonna let them slide to day 3 already, since after what they done in day 1 and day 2, if you let them go to day 3, just pay attention to what they do in day 3, so you don't lose the game for us.
All right, anything for or against?
I just like his targets, but I like his defense.
What? What'd you say, Neil?
I dislike the people he's calling out, but I like the way that he presents his defense. I don't think he's Mafia.
I just wanted to say is if we're grouping, all these people, right? Because we're under the assumption that the people that voted, like most of the Mafia, probably voted for Kimball, if not all of them, because he was town and it was a very likely to go through vote. So what I was saying is, if we're gonna be voting off the people that voted for him, and if people like Jason, Unctus, and Neil are like among the most suspicious,
is he breaking up for anyone else, or is it just me?
He's just being
quiet. No, he's finding time.
No. I just needed to think for a bit. I just wanted to say, like, is Jason our best option because like I kind of liked his defense too, even though it was the same way that he said things when I was cop and I checked him as Mafia, but I'm still getting really bad feelings from Unctus.
I haven't
that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. And we're on Jason.
Like that. ZNF can say something like that, and no one jumps on him. Like he said, "Oh, as cop, I checked him, and his defense was the same." And no one's like, "Oh, but you don't want to kill him still."
Yeah.
No,
it's really weird.
No, I haven't said anything about whether or not I'm going to kill Jason or not. I'm just saying, like,
What do you mean kill Jason?
He's gonna vote for him. I think
you say that there's more, even though he doesn't think that I'm down. He thinks there's people that is more Mafia than me right now.
I felt like Jason's defense this time was almost worse than the first time, so I don't like how Neil defended him. I don't like how ZNF is defending him.
I just want to know what ZNF's point was. Are you trying to get at we're going after people who you mentioned Kimball being an easy lynch? Like, what were you meaning by that?
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, I just want to remind everyone that
No, you're right, Carlton.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everyone that if we're going after people like Jason, we have to be consistent about it and continually get on the people who have been who voted for Kimball before, right? And that includes me, right? That includes Mango.
Out of
but I'm not playing as specific
I
people,
agree.
so.
It includes a ton of us.
Yeah, so
most of everyone. Yeah.
Can we possibly drop the formal again, and talk because there's still.
To Ryan. Ryan, put the
Are you on the fence now, Sherman?
So I didn't like Jason's defense, and I would like for it to go to a vote.
All right, we're going to a vote.
I would like to. Okay.
We're going to a vote.
All right.
3, 1, 2, 3, vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that's everybody, pretty much. So, vote passes. Jason is dead, and everybody go to sleep. All right, it is nighttime again. This little village that should be a TV show because